humans, welcome to my channel. My name is Tiffany and today I'm going to be telling you the story of how my phone got stolen in Botswana. For anyone who doesn't know where that is, that's where I'm from. It's in Southern Africa. It's right above South Africa. It is not part of South Africa. Thank you very much. Just had to put that out there because South Africans and other people around the world think that we're a part of South Africa. We're not. Anyway, not that there's anything wrong with that. So I got my phone stolen at the end of 2014, and this is the story of how it happened and how I got it back. Bruh, don't play. Dude, I'm not late. Yeah, but like, okay, wait.
When did that? Like,
Just listen.
Happen. That's not
But you
possible.
were there. It's not possible. But I am. You. Oh yeah, you right. Go on. Anyway, if you don't understand the places in that I'm describing, then hopefully you can just enjoy the story because it's like really crazy kind of how it happened. So what happened was at the end of 2014, I had been home for about 5 months. I was just working, chilling with friends. You know, I took a semester off from college and I was just, you know, living my life. So if you don't know how it is living in a third world country, at least in Botswana, you can't really like have your iPhone out, or I mean you can have it in like public places, but there's some places where you can't have it just like out. I don't know how to explain that any better than that, but at least here where I am, I can like leave my phone out on the table and like nothing's gonna happen. So it's not that Botswana is dangerous at all. It's really not. I mean, I guess it's as dangerous as any other place. But so I was sitting in a combi. Which whoever doesn't know what that is, I'll put a picture of it up here. A combi is basically like a minibus, and I was sitting on the second row in the far corner, like by the window. So I was chilling by the window, and so for a few months I haven't been pulling out my phone. I thought I was slick. Like I was just like, you know what, whatever. I'm so used to this lifestyle. I'm back into this lifestyle, so let me just pull it out. So hey guys, so I'm like using my phone on the side. This is literally me. So I'm using my phone on the side, and this guy comes and sits next to me at the station. So the station is where, I'm sure you guys know, like where the buses and everything basically is in the middle of the city. So this sits next to me at the station, so we start going. So I'm just using my phone, you know, being like nonchalant, and this guy, we stopped by Broadest. Like if anyone knows, I'm doing this for my Bots peoples, because you know we don't have a lot of YouTubers from Botswana, so I'm trying to like cater to you guys, but also my US followers, so if you guys can get that. So right by Total. So I'm using my phone, and and this guy next to me, he says he dropped some money on the floor, but he says it in Setswana, so I'm like, alright, sharp. So I look down, mind you, I'm holding my phone like this, and I'm looking down for this money that's supposedly on the floor, which it wasn't, by the way. And this guy just grabs my phone and books it. I'm like, what the? Profanity, sorry. Anyway, so he grabs my phone, and I'm just like, what the happened? I should not be cussing. I will stop. So I'm like, what the cheese? And he runs out the door, and you know, everyone in the company is just watching like, yeah, like you deserve that. So this is, by the way, this is like iPhone 5. And so everyone in the company is just like watching. Why is that bell going on? Okay, hopefully the bell stopped because I don't want it in my video. Okay, so he books it out and my stupid self, I like ran after him as if I was gonna catch him for some reason. I was like, let me just try. Later on, my mom was like, you're an idiot. What if he stabbed you? I was like, oh yeah, you're right. Mind you, this is like the first time that I had, like that was the first and only time that my phone has ever been stolen in my life. I'm really lucky to even say that. You know, I have a cousin who literally just, her phones just get stolen on the daily. Okay, not on the daily, but like enough that it's noticeable. So I go back to the combi, and the combi driver was really nice, so he like waited for me, and I came back and I'm just like, oh, I don't know what to do, and everyone in the combi is kind of like, oh, I'm sorry, blah blah blah. So there's this girl sitting right by standing. She's standing right by the combi stop waiting for another combi. So she's like, hey, I know where that guy lives. I'm like, what? Hold up. You know what? She gives me his address. I'm like, hey, gonna get my phone back, possibly. So he gives me his address and his name. I forgot his name. It was something like Tuto or something like that. So I go back home and I call my mom with my friend's phone. I'm like, hey, my phone got stolen, but I know who this guy is and I know where he lives. So we're like, I bet. So we dip to Broadest Police Station, which is by BBS, and so ironically, it's right across from, it's kind of really close to where my phone got stolen, and it's, yeah, so it's like really crazy. So I go into the police station and they're just like, stolen phone, what can we, and the lady at the front, she was like, what can we do about this? You know, it's late, you know, there's nothing we can do for you. And I'm just there like, So they asked me how much the phone is. So this is in 2014, I forgot the conversion of it, by the way. At the time it was like around 1 pula to, no, it was $1 is to 9 pula. So yeah, so my phone technically, I paid 600 for it, but I had it for a while. So I guess it was kind of worth, in pulas, I guess like 4,000 pula or something like that. So I literally picked the first word that came, the first number that came to my mind. I was like 12,000. And she looked at me like, what? She's running around the police station just like, and everyone's like, 12,000, what a 12,000, hey. And like, it was way too late for me to correct them because they were already like on edge. They asked me to come back and they assigned 2 detectives to me. The detectives, it's funny to even like say that out loud, like CSI Botswana. So it was like a woman and a man, so we're gonna call them CSI guy and CSI woman. Let's just do that, and my mom. So we head over to the guy's house, which was like 5 minutes from the police station, and the 4 of us walk up to the door. The 4 of us walk up to the door and CSI guy knocks. And this older gentleman, he was like in this wife beater, he was bald and like really big and bulky, like just like really looked like he could mess you up, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, what is the meaning of, like, he was just kind of like, oh, like, what's going on? And CSI guy explained the situation, and then he said that the Tuto guy was his nephew. Yeah, his nephew. and he was like, yeah, I'll help you guys get the phone back. Just like, he got our numbers down. He was like, yeah, no problem. When he gets back, I'll give you guys a call. Cool. So we get back in the car. And the guy, and the CSI guy is like, so that guy's a drug dealer. We've known about him, and he probably got his nephew to steal phones so that he can go and resell them. So I'm like, anyway, I'm just like, whoa, what is going on? This is so deep. This is like way deeper than I thought it would be. And so they just played it off cool, like they had just met him. I was like, what the next day, this was over a span of a week and a half, which was the craziest week and a half that I've ever had. So around 5 the next day, we go to, we're just at home, and we get a call from the guy, the drug dealer guy, and he says that he knows who has the phone, and that he knows who has the phone. So we go to the police station, go and get the drug dealer guy, and then we head over to the house that he thinks has the phone. So mind you, when we go, for some reason, we took like 5 police officers. I didn't say so, but they sent 5 police officers with us to go and retrieve this cell phone. And I'm just like, anyway, I was just like, what the, okay. So this is the middle of the night, we're like staking out this house, and turns out the guy didn't actually have, the person that he had led us to didn't actually have the phone. So he was like, oh, maybe, you know, he got away, blah, blah, blah. So it's just like, okay, let's just play it cool, ne? 2 days later, I get a call from the guy, and from the drug dealer guy, and he tells me that his nephew sold my phone to this Chinese market, like a cell phone shop owned by this Chinese man. And mind you, this whole time I was tracking my phone. My phone actually was in the city, and then it moved to Francistown and then came back. During those 2 days, somehow my phone had traveled for anyone who doesn't know, Francistown is like 5 hours away. So it had gone to Francistown and come back, and I was like, what is going on? So I go to the police station, and I walk into one of the, I'm being sent everywhere. I'm like, go here. And I walk into this room, and I see this Chinese man he's trying to explain. He didn't really speak English that well, so it was like a little bit hard. But he was trying to explain that he had no idea that the phone was stolen, and that he can return it, blah, blah, blah. No problem. And then they were asking him like who sold it to you, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, it was this tall, big man, blah, 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 blah. And like me and the detective lady who was there, we just looked at each other and then looked back at him and were like, we know who did it. Anyway, so we watched the tapes from the shop. So we watched the tapes, and it was actually the drug dealer guy who sold my phone to a Chinese guy, but he pretended like it was his nephew who sold it. And so the Chinese guy, the reason why I was sent to Francistown was to unlock it and then put the and to put the screen on it or something like that. And so, because my screen had been cracked. My screen had been cracked. My screen actually is cracked again. I cracked it yesterday. Anyway, this is not even part of the story. I'm just depressed. Where was I? I turned my phone with a new screen and it was like completely wiped out, unfortunately. But I got a new screen, so you know what I'm saying. And I got my phone back in a week and a half. I was my brain was exploding. My brain was exploding. So I didn't press charges because the CSI woman told me that if I decide to press charges, they have to hold my phone as evidence, and I was leaving to the US like a week later. I was like, hell no. And so I just took my phone and I was like, I'm out. And the Chinese guy tried to make me pay to get my phone like properly unlocked so I could use it. But I was just like, oh yeah, I'll pay you later. I didn't, because you stole my phone. Anyway, so that's my story. I'm a little dramatic, but that's what happened. I got my phone back. Ironically, it broke like a few months later, so kind of irrelevant. So many people were just like, how in the world did you manage to do that? I have no idea. The universe was really looking out for me, because I wouldn't have found it if it wasn't for that woman that was standing by the stop who told me about the address. Let me know if you enjoyed the story and if I should do more story times. Also, if you've had a crazy experience, or not even a crazy experience, let me know if your phone has gotten stolen, how it got stolen. I think it would be really funny to, you know, just talk about it, because it happens. And yeah, so every week I'm going to try and promote a African artist. If not, I want to really focus on Southern African artists at least. And this week I have my friend Refulwe, and she just came out with an amazing song. Guys, I think what you guys don't understand is I'm not promoting it because she has asked me to. I'm promoting it because I actually believe that she has an amazing talent. So please go check out her video. I'm gonna put her link in the description box. It comes out on Monday. I'm not sure when I'm gonna post this video, but it comes out on Monday. And yeah, go download it. I'm so excited for her. So this is Refulwe's track. It's called Brave New World. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.
Can you feel it in the air? The feelings everywhere, yeah. Peace and tranquility, and all the other possibilities. It's our responsibility to not waste our capabilities. Everybody lift your hands.